For this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to make your own affordable version of the glitter and suede peep toe shoes by Miu Miu. They come in a number of colours, namely silver, gold and black, and they've been shown in loads of fashion magazines and worn by a load of celebrities, including Brook, Carrie Underwood and Hayley Steinfeld, I believe. First of all, you need to cover your shoes, which as you can see I'm already in the midst of. You need some craft mounts, costs about £9 I think from Hobbycraft, and some silver glitter. Ideally that comes in a sprinkler in a tube kind of like this. As you can see, it's got these little holes for sprinkling. They're pretty essential, otherwise it just all comes gushing out and it doesn't work. This isn't actually the one that I like to use. The one I like to use is slightly thinner glitter than this, and that's also from Hobbycraft. So what you do, pretty simple actually, you get your craft mount, shake it, hold it about, ballpark figure 20, 30 or so centimetres, blast it with your craft mount, and while it's still wet, don't get too close by the way, otherwise it goes sort of gooey and it's not very nice, just pepper it by sprinkling some silver glitter. And you just want to carry on like this until the entire shoe is covered. Also, when it comes to gluing, if you've got a zip at the side and it comes to gluing near that, please, I beg of you, mask it some way. Masking tape will do. As a way of avoiding a very expensive mistake in the form of getting another zip fitted, because once you get your craft mount into your zip and it jams it, then the zip's had it. So I'll just demonstrate here. I've covered the zip with masking tape, spray away, put your glitter there, and actually right now I can feel a little bit of stickiness on that masking tape that we've just avoided getting on the zip. So like I say, just to shield it, it's an absolute imperative measure. And now to put the yellow suede on. You might be hard pushed to find some of that. In the end I wound up getting some pale pink suede and just changing the colour with this lemon yellow fabric paint. If you can get the dial-on one, that's usually the cheapest you can get, but most good craft stores do fabric paint of about 45 millilitres, so that's the sort of amount you want to go for this. I find it's easier to have too much than too little, so just as a precautionary measure. This was from Hobbycraft, and for that I just poured it onto this palette here, and just use this sponge just to sort of spread it all over the fabric evenly, and as you can see it's got a fairly sort of even coverage, as if it came that colour, so success! Now for actually covering the shoe, here's one I made earlier, and here's another one. It's hard to explain exactly, but it has two fan folded areas if you look at the original. So it's best to start off just if you flatten the surface on here and just start fan folding it. It also helps if you have some dressmaker's pins just to pin it in place. I also like to keep some pliers handy in case you have to just yank some pins out at the last minute. I'm pinning this fabric here, in a fan folded pattern. I mean, they don't have to be perfect pleats. I mean, it's actually quite effective if they're a bit rough and not perfectly spaced out, with an equal distance from each other. Kind of has that spontaneous look. And pleat another section the pleated sections are supposed to be here, that goes across the outer sides, and for this fan-folded feature here. So that's what you want the two pieces for. And make sure there's a generous length, or generous available length, shall I say, because that has to go up just past the edge, like it does in the original. So again, I'm just fan-folding this. Try and get about 4 or 5 pleats into this one. It's going as the main feature on the side. When you've done that, just sort of cut roughly around it, making it as generously spacious as possible, so that you can just sort of cut it down once you get near to your shoe. So I'm going to make this one nice and long. Always cut it down if it's too long, but we can't add to it if it's too short. And then we've got this area, and we're going to go straight in and cover the inner side here. If you notice on the original, it goes sort of, and I'm going to use my last one as an example, it goes, give or take, about 1/3 of the way up the zip. So that's the sort of length you want to measure, just mentally. So put a pin there. As long as they're symmetrical, you can use one shoe as a cross-reference for another one, which I find is very useful. You want this to go across the shoe, like so. I find it helps pin it in place as well, or pin it underneath itself, because we don't want raw edges. Cut it back. Just keep trimming it down as you go along. Just try not to cut it too fine, because then you've had it. This will go across the length of the shoe. So once you're satisfied that that's in place, now would be a good time to glue your first side in place. And for that I'm using this glue gun. And then you just want to start gluing your pieces in place, again with the glue gun. And once you've finished sticking all of your pieces on, you should have something that rather closely resembles this. These are my version of the glitter and suede ankle boots by Miu Miu.